name is Brenda, and today I will be reviewing a book called Murder on the Orient Express by the author Agatha Christie, with the main theme being appearances which can be deceiving. Agatha Christie was an English writer who was widely known as someone who writes in the detective or mystery genre. Guinness World Records lists the author as the best-selling novelist of all time. She was known to write detective novels, particularly those revolving around fictional detectives Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. The title Murder on the Orient Express, or Murder in the Calais Coach in the UK, already indicates the premise of this book and how the passengers of the train are all entangled within this murder. From the title, we can already assume the fact that all of the characters in this story, the passengers of the train, are involved in this incident. Since we know the murder was committed by someone on the train car, we know that someone must be lying. But was it who we think it is? Are they all not complicit in this ordeal? This relates to the theme on how appearances can be deceiving. The story was about the murder of Ratchet, a passenger on the Orient Express. Hercule Poirot, the main protagonist of this novel, was also in the express, and so he decided to investigate it. He suspected many were involved in this case, although the people in the express tried to obscure his judgment. But in the end, he still found out who the murderers were, as he had prior suspected, as he was investigating and questioning the passengers on the train. The main characters include Hercule Poirot, who was a retired Belgian officer turned private detective. He tours Europe and Middle East, solving murder mysteries. He investigated the case due to the fact that he was aboard the Orient Express. Other main characters include Embo, Dr. Constantine, Mary Debenham, Ratchet, Mr. Hubbard, Colonel Arbuthnot, Count and Countess Ardignani, Princess Dragomirov, Hector McQueen, Antonio Fossanelli, Greta Althusson, Cyrus Hardman, Edward Henry Masterman, Hildegard Schmidt, and lastly, Pierre Michel. Hercule Poirot investigated the case, questioned everyone aboard the train, and was the one who found the solution to the case, after a long time thinking about it. The rest of the passengers were complicit in trying to fool him, to direct him away from the truth of the murder. Every one of them did something to throw him off. My favorite character was probably Hercule Poirot. Although his fascination towards Mary Debenham disturbs me, he was the most intellectual character in this novel. He found out early of the truth of the murder, and it was just a matter of confirming his prior suspicions. His thought process was also very interesting, and how he ended this investigation, according to his morals, was very intriguing. It was also amusing to see the contrast in his thoughts in comparison to Ambo and Dr. Constantine, who was also tried to investigate the murder. Personally, I could relate to the people, the characters who wanted vengeance for the wrongdoings of others. Sadly, I couldn't elaborate this sentence further since it would mean spoilers. I have never stumbled upon a murder or a serious crime incident in my life, although it would have been quite interesting if I did. Personally, this book doesn't suit my personal preference, but it was quite interesting. My favorite part in this book was when Hercule Poirot gathered all the suspects and unveiled the murder. After pondering about it, it was also interesting how the murder turned out and how shocking the sudden twist at the end was. My least favorite part of this book was probably when Hercule Poirot kept on admiring Mary Debenham to the point of being a little bit creepy. Although this is just my personal opinion. It was quite unsettling and it threw me off the loop. In this quote, he rather liked the severe regularity of her features and the delicate pallor of her skin. He liked the burnished black head, with its neat waves of hair, and her eyes, cool, impersonal, and gray.
from part 1, The Facts. If I could change something, I would like for him to be less creepy like that. Although this is just, well, my personal opinion. I would recommend this book to others, especially the ones who really like plot twists at the end.
Lastly, I would like to end this review by giving a rating for this book. I think it deserves a 3.8 out of 5 star for overall plot and characterization and story wise.